Welcome back to another video, guys. It is your boy Kickoff Chaos, and in today's video, we're gonna be recapping the matches yesterday, guys. Sorry, guys, I went to sleep super late yesterday, so I didn't actually have time to record a video. But today we're gonna be recording a video since there's actually no matches today. Obviously, now there's only going to be a few matches. There's three matches left in the World Cup. Four actually. The two semifinal matches, the bronze match, and then the grand finals. We're gonna be talking about both matches today. I'm not really going to talk about Norway versus England too much because that happened quite a while ago, almost 24 hours ago. I'm going to talk about the recent night game, which was Argentina versus Switzerland. But yeah, overall, my thoughts on Norway versus England. I thought it was a very competitive game. I did think Norway could have won. I think Norway actually made a few mistakes. I think ultimately what you want to do is you needed to start Bob. Sorloth has been very, very bad this World Cup. And, coming into this tournament, I thought Sorloth was actually going to be one of Norway's best players because of the season he was having at Atletico Madrid. But it seems like Sorloth really does struggle with this kind of system that Solbakken wants to play now. I don't think Sorloth is a bad player. I know a lot of people are going to like blame him and say that he's the reason Norway lost. The reason Norway lost, guys, was because of the goalkeeper, right? Both of the goals you could argue are goalkeeping mistakes, but I don't think it was necessarily Sorloth's fault. Like in that second half, Norway had like the ball for most of the game. They actually were the better team in the 90 minutes, in my opinion. And then England in extra time just kept finding and finding the angles. They did deserve to go through. Ultimately, it was individual quality that got them over the line. Jude Bellingham has been having one hell of a tournament. He is on a generational all-time World Cup campaign. He has been so, so good. Definitely England's best player. Harry Kane is getting a bunch of goals, but Jude Bellingham is doing everything. He's playing defensive, he's playing attacking, he's scoring goals, he's winning duels, he's dribbling through players. This dude is having one of the best midfielder performances I've ever seen at a World Cup. So yeah, he deserves every praise. And England advances to the semifinals. Overall takeaways from this game: England, again, barely scraped through. I don't think it's an area for concern. Like this England side is never really gonna play like the most convincing style of football, guys. They're just gonna get the job done, and that's championship mentality. They win 2-1. They barely beat DR Congo. That comeback from Harry Kane, his brace, and then the Mexico comeback. That was the most impressive win out of them all, especially because of the conditions and the things going on in that game. And now they're into the semifinals, which they'll be facing Argentina. And I'll be doing match previews and match predictions on all those matches later today or tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Going on to the Argentina versus Switzerland game, which was the recent matchup that happened about 10 hours ago. It's a vintage Argentina performance. Another win where Argentina barely scraped through. Argentina this World Cup has not been good, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This team has had so many issues. Guys, Argentina has conceded 5 goals in 3 matches. The defense isn't the best. They always get scored on. It just feels like I don't know when I watch Argentina, it feels like they can play so much better. Like I get frustrated because watching some of their play, like Julian Alvarez has not had a good tournament. Yes, he got that goal. Yes, like people are gonna talk. That's one of the goals of the tournament. Yes, it was one of the goals of the tournament. But guys, like, let's be honest. That the tournament from Julian Alvarez has been not good. He's missing shots. He's not first touching. He hasn't really been doing much, right? Lautaro Martinez has been better. McAllister, Lautaro Martinez, and Julian Alvarez were all the ones that scored yesterday. Messi didn't even have a good game. In my opinion, Messi wasn't doing much, not because he didn't score, just because Messi just wasn't really getting involved much. Switzerland did ultimately neutralize Messi, which if you neutralize Messi, it's gonna be very hard for this Argentine team to just have a significant advantage over you. And congrats to Switzerland because Switzerland played very, very good. This is a successful tournament for Switzerland. They topped their group. They make it to the quarterfinals. They beat Algeria and Colombia in the process of doing so. And they barely lost to Argentina because this game went to extra time. Obviously, the red card, I forgot to talk about that. The red card was the correct decision. I don't want to hear anybody talking about, oh, it was rigged, oh, this, that. Absolutely not. It was a terrible decision from Ebola. I mean, he costed his team the game essentially. If he doesn't do that, who knows what happens? You just can't do that, especially in the VAR era. You just can't be diving like that. I don't know what he was thinking. It was a very low IQ play, and he ultimately ended up costing his game because I think if they have all their players, I think Switzerland could actually beat Argentina, honestly, which is crazy to say. Um, Switzerland started off the game so bad they just looked completely lost out there. Argentina started off the game very, very well. After the first goal, I was like, okay, yeah, Argentina is gonna just completely run these guys. They're playing better. They already have a goal. Switzerland can't touch the ball, and then Switzerland kind of eased into the game. They started playing better and better. And in the second half, they were better. They were the better team in most parts. But yeah, for Argentina, man, it's just about like how much more can Messi operate at a high level? Because now against England and whoever they face in the final, if they do beat England, he's going to be needing to play at his absolute best, like at his absolute peak. All the other players are going to have to step up. Lautaro Martinez, Julian Alvarez, the midfield is going to have to play better. I really like that Paredes is starting. I think Paredes is a very, very good player. The Paul got subbed off. Enzo Fernandez, I think he was still on at the end, I think, or maybe he got subbed off. I don't know. But yeah, the midfield is going to have to be playing much, much better because it feels like the midfield a lot of the time is getting kind of ran. They're not really controlling the tempo of the game. So it's making it hard for Messi to really get the ball and find these angles. But yeah, for Switzerland's successful tournament for Argentina, they move on to the semifinal, setting up a matchup against England for the first time in, I believe, 24 years. It'll be the first time in World Cup history where Messi plays England. So that should be exciting. The winner goes to the finals, which is absolutely crazy. Um, I cannot wait for that match. That's the most 50-50 matchup ever, guys. Both teams have not been that convinced in this World Cup, but they've still one of those teams will make it to the final, not being that convincing because I know for a fact the winner of that matchup, it's gonna be barely, bro. So yeah. But yeah, guys, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.